See, this is Black Light, Allah 24/7, coming at you. See, brothers is living off of the prestige or the reputation of those pioneers and brothers, Supreme Minister John Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, Farrakhan. You know, they built up a little reputation in different circles among the black people. But the program that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad pushed forward, or was pushing forward, it went a long way until 1975. He was the nation was in the surplus, a multi-million-dollar operation, man. And we was cleaning ourselves up, cleaning house. But a lot of brothers were kind of weak to the point they was riding off of the reputation, so they got lazy. And a lot of brothers, like I started to say in my one of my videos, recent videos, that my mother worked alongside Malcolm. Malcolm was very impatient. He was a very impatient brother that he was trying to speed things up. He didn't have the foresight and the vision, and he didn't have Master Farad Muhammad in his ear. See, they forgot, we all forgot that Elijah and Master Farad Muhammad, they was talking to each other using ESP, or whatever you want to call it, the radio in the head. You know, he didn't have to be in the messenger's face. He was using that long distance without a telephone. See, we all got that. Pineal gland, pineal gland, however you want to pronounce it. But ours has got dull, and because I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what people say about the pineal gland. They just pineal gland. They just fronting, because we got too many distractions. You got the cell phone. You're gonna tune in. See, a lot of people here ringing in their head, a buzz or whatever. Some people think they're going crazy, but that's somebody trying to tune you up, trying to tune in on you. And it don't have to be now. It don't have to be Master Farad Muhammad, because the enemy is experimenting, all the time. And he might have some people, or even some black people, on a remote island somewhere, raising them generation after generation to tune in on you and to see what you're thinking. See how you're thinking. While he distracting us with all this foolishness, y'all watching football. Half y'all don't really know who you are. While we arguing with each other about ancient history. See, when the messenger said that we were brought over here, he talking about the tribe of Shabazz, the scientific, the best of the minds was brought over here to build up, engineer the turf for the Caucasian man. He wasn't talking about the ones already over here. They were cast out because they didn't want to act right when they was over there in the motherland where the brothers was hanging out. They wanted to do their own thing, just like brothers do now. You know. So just like say like if Malcolm wanted to do his thing away from the messenger. Well, you know, the messenger told him to say, you know, get on, you know. So Malcolm, he in a way was cast out. He cast his own self out. You know, brothers wanted to do their own thing. They got cast out. You know, some of them was a little shrewder, a little smarter, like Wallace, Wharf Dean, and Farrakhan. They waited till the messenger passed away, you know, and then they did their own thing, and it wasn't no one there powerful enough to put a halt to it, because the believers, they wasn't believing like they say they was believing, or he couldn't have pulled that off. They would have been still, even though the messenger was dead, they still would have been loyal to his program. And it's easy to get the newcomers to sway them in that direction, in the direction of Wharf Dean and Farrakhan, because they knew. But I had people, even though I was pulled away at a very early age, I still had my cousins and my mother. You know, she didn't want to pull me away, but she still told me how the nation was. You know, so all this stuff coming out now about Elijah, don't believe it. It's not exact. But now you brothers here in Detroit, where it all started, y'all fussing and fighting with one another also, even though y'all follow the messenger. We still got, I think it's more like 60% black here now. And I said we don't have to be in the politics to take it back. Democracy means the majority rule. The majority rule. We just ain't implementing no programs. You know, when we start implementing programs, we got engineers already. We got young brothers coming up in the different camps and the different temples that have capability of building, of engineering, and farming. Just like this one black man came up with this water machine that he could get water out of thin air. Well, if you look in the lessons, they tell you how water is recycled, from the earth back down again. So that's easy science right there. All we got to do is if we not going to separate, and he not going to give us nothing to separate, you separate by your thinking. You separate by your science. You want to get off of all these systems where you got to pay money. Now you say you got to pay taxes. You got to pay property taxes. Well, until we get free from that, we could get off of DTE, using solar energy. We can even manufacture solar panels. And now that this brother came up with this water machine, we can manufacture that. We just got to do a science up on technology. And sisters, y'all forgot how to sew, produce your own clothes, design and produce your own clothes. You forgot about all this food that they got out now. Food is taking over, right? Them food shows, Martha Stewart and all like that. Shoot, you know, we should get back to restaurants and the bakeries. You know, we being lazy now. That's what the deal is. Because when John Muhammad had his temple, brothers was fruiting in that temple. Now when I was on radio, I tried to get brothers to come back together again, quit fruiting, man. But they was tripping, man. So I refer y'all to Supreme Wisdom, right in the beginning. I was trying to tell the Son of Man this. It says on paragraph 2, put a stop to quarreling and arguments among the laborers over the office in Islam until he or she have been qualified in their qualification exam to see if they are fit to be used in the representation portion. I'm almost running out of time, but he's saying past history shows that the first examination of laborers is made by the apostle whom the laborers are to work with. You heard that. Quit quarreling, just unite, and the cream will rise to the top. Whoever qualified, it'll automatically jump, you know, and whoever qualified, that's who we are to follow. This is Black Light. Stay tuned. I got some more. I'm not through.